Good morning, guys. Welcome to another episode of C is for Cars. Today we're changing a brake caliper on the F250. The wife and I were at a function last night, but we're a little foggy today. Just like the overcast sky. Everything's a little foggy today, so we're gonna roll around in the dampness for a while and fight with the brake system. We're gonna get this thing jacked up. Now, we could have moved the wife's SUV and then moved the Neon and then wiggled this into the garage. But the way that would have worked, we only had, the wall would have been like here, and then we would have had like a foot to work on the car, and that would have been no fun. So we're gonna do the really sketchy thing instead and jack it up on a gravel pad and hope for the best. We have 2 jack stands and a jack, and that'll keep one corner of a truck up. But not if I come in from this way. One jack, one safety jack stand, we're good to go. So when we took this thing for its test drive, it was flawless, absolutely flawless, except for it had this caliper, and it was very sticky, and it got very warm in the 15-minute drive. So considering we're actually going to be towing some stuff with it, we'll just swap it out. It's easy enough. It's 150 bucks. And it's worth every penny for safety. Ooh. Hit. So we're all seeing this together for the first time now. Pretty basic setup. Just one big old 2-piston caliper. And a rotor that's not in terrible shape. There's lots of life left on the pads, but it was so hot. Like, this thing was just seized, and I noticed that the hubcap, this is the only rim that didn't have a hubcap on it. So I'm guessing it was sticking when they parked it as well. So it's something that's needed to be changed for a while. We got a soft line here to disconnect. I bought a new one. So since we bought a new one, this line probably won't break, but if we didn't buy a new one, this line for sure would have broke. Seeing as this is a whole brake system, brakes always come off really easy, and they're the best thing ever to work with, right? Step number 1 is pretty simple. Remove the tire. Step number 2, it's a little trickier. You got to figure out what size the nuts are for the caliper. These just happen to be 2 18mm bolts because we're into the metric years now. And you just pull really hard and try to wiggle the truck right off the jack stand. Why don't we start with this one instead? We also have the banjo fitting already soaking in WD-40. Hey, that actually worked as well. Progress. Sometimes I really wish I invested in a set of ratchet wrenches. For $180 though, I don't know. I just can't muster up the give a shit. One. So let's see what we can do with that fitting here. See if we can snap it loose. By snap it loose, I mean really just break it loose. Just shear it off. That's probably what's gonna end up happening. How big does that look to you guys? 15? 16? 14? I don't know, really. Would you prefer if it's a sticky 14 or a rounded off 15? How much are you gonna drip? Probably lots. Oh yeah, surely lots. Gross. The old caliper. It's nothing fancy. You just got your retainers on either side here. Your brake pads, these were almost brand new. There's so much life left. It's a shame this caliper hung up. That's okay. We're going to put those pads in the new caliper and throw it on there, and we'll see you when we're there. Whoa, that was almost expensive. New caliper is reloaded. You have the new brake here, the new brake pad, sorry, right here and right here. It's really not rocket surgery. This floating bracket just slides out. You put the pads in, put your retainer clips onto this piece, and then slide it back in. Do these two hex key bolts up, and you're good to go. We can just flip it onto there, take out our old banjo bolt, make sure we get both these old crush washers off, throw that in instead, and we should be laughing. There you have it, it's easy peasy. We got this 14 mil bolt done up, the two 18 mils in the back done up, and you don't have to go full you know what, like just tighten them sufficiently. Don't go over torque them like crazy. And next time you gotta change your pads, super easy, just Allen key here, Allen key here. This bracket slides out, slot in new pads, slide this bracket back in. Done and done. So now I'm just gonna get some help. Gonna bleed these brakes right here, the good old 3 pumps down, hold, crack, and just keep doing that till you don't have any bubbles. So once you've made a sufficient mess of brake fluid all over the gravel for your dogs to lick up later, just make sure there's no bubbles coming out of there anymore. Just make sure it's a constant stream coming out, and honestly use a bottle. It's easy and I'm just lazy. You should be good to go. We can slap this wheel back on now and take it for a little test drive. We're going to the dump today, so that's why this needed to get done. We had a lot of stuff we needed to haul out. Sorry it wasn't an exciting one today, guys, but I think this is maintenance that everyone should be able to do and everyone should know how to do. Everyone should know how their brake systems work, because problems with your brakes can lead to problems everywhere else on your vehicle. So like, comment, and subscribe if you want to. You don't have to though, I'm not gonna force you. And thanks for watching. I hope this helped out someone who's in a jam, and we will see you next Tuesday.